Africa abounds with creativity. There's so much innovation here that I don't even think the challenge here is to look for whether we can innovate. We are constantly innovating. The question is, how can we leverage it to address the challenges that we really have? And African cities have many challenges. We have huge real life challenges in Africa. And even pre-COVID, the levels of poverty, inequalities we've been dealing with, I think, have simply been unsustainable. And that's compounded, obviously, with the challenges then of climate change, biodiversity issues, now health pandemics. We have to use all of the resources we've got to address these issues.
We're facing huge unemployment. I think it's now standing at 42%. That's huge, right? And most people that are unemployed are young people, as well as women. In fact, women in the latest statistics. So there's two big challenges.
In terms of challenges, I would say one, limited access to data for planning purposes. Two, limited human resource capacity at the municipal level to implement some of the plans. Three will be limited funding for infrastructure projects. And then four is the top-down nature of government sometimes.
Personally, I see constraints as opportunities, and I see what amazing things that can create, and that kind of mindset, I find it a lot among the cities I work with.
When you start to investigate and look closely on the ground, there is so much happening, and there are so many champions of innovation, both in civil society and in government. And we found that, especially where officials are passionate about a project or about a particular issue, there is so much opportunity.
In terms of opportunities, I would say the biggest is Africa's young entrepreneurial population, and then growing access to broadband that can enable access to digital services.
Then beyond that, also having potential performance standards related to, how many startup partnerships do you have as a public sector institutions, and also making sure that the policy allows for, utility service providers or municipalities to form partnerships with innovators to improve their service offering, because oftentimes there's kind of like a chicken and egg where, the public sector says, okay, the institution that we partner with has to have a track record of implementing solutions for at least 10 years. And then obviously that creates barriers to new innovators. And it also creates often barriers to local innovators, because oftentimes, the firms that are out there providing these services already tend to be from sort of more established markets.
We are dealing with a policy environment that is antiquated to the time and space that we're in. And what we're doing right now is, going through a review of some of these policies that actually are inhibiting us from being able to accept young tech and future things that are coming out without going through, as he said, this bidding process. And the bidding process, there is a frustration even for us, because it really limits you to, as you said, all of these criteria that really is applicable to your more medium and larger sized businesses.
One example would be in eThekwini, which is the Billhaven Harm Reduction Center. And I guess, the technology here isn't particularly innovative. It was tech and kind of medical research that already existed. But what was innovative about this was that government identified something that was already happening and being championed by NGOs who really know the sector best. And what the government officials from eThekwini were able to do was to support the project without being the drivers of the project, and for them to understand that there are other people who are experts and who know best and who have the passion and know-how to undertake this very complex and collaborative approach to dealing with substance abuse.
So if I had one big idea for how to use innovation in Africa to address sustainability and development challenges, it would be partner, partner, partner. Partner with the non-state actors, figure out how to make that work. There are a lot of amazing capabilities in the tech space, but also other non-tech innovations in civil society.
Another key element is it is a bit linked with leadership, but it's not. It's more a question of position and mentality, which is for the city administration, the city leaders to accept the fact that they should be brokers and facilitators for the environment, the ecosystem that is on their territory.
I think the biggest institutional ingredient, it's not whether or not you have managed to have a plan or a business plan or a budget and the council meetings are taking place, right? I think you need a bunch of gutsy leaders.
Embrace failure, because failure is absolutely necessary if we're going to innovate. And it's counterintuitive because, our performance management systems don't want us to fail. But I really believe it's the only way to create an innovative culture.